For instance, let's talk about disappointment. For instance, how can somebody say that he's disappointed if not because they have been brainwashed and religion have already used their head? Like now, how can I somebody disappointed?
Yes.
If you are a carpenter and you know how to do your job very well, how can somebody disappointed you? Or you are a tailor, you are into fashion, and you can sew very well. Who can disappoint a good tailor in his field?
That is a case to study. When you talk about this case of disappointment, someone disappointing a person, in real terms, disappointment doesn't exist. You get to be disappointed in life only when you disappointed yourself. How? When you are supposed to do the right thing, you fail to do it.
So
then at the end of the day, you find out that naturally you have already disappointed yourself, but when something trigger, or maybe somebody you're expecting something from somebody, and at the end of the day it fails, you'll be like, this person has disappointed. Whereas you don't know that, supposing you have not disappointed yourself,
yes,
the person you wouldn't have be expecting anything from that person. Talk of him disappointing.
So which is inferiority complex.
That's where it comes.
Because now for you to start crying that you are failed in life, like you rightly stated, that simply means you failed within yourself.
Yes.
Because if you've not failed, there is no way you will say somebody disappointed you.
How?
For instance, have you ever seen a president of a country try that they disappointed him or her? No. Even if they are little values, this thing.
Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Conscious Awakening Team Cat. The essence of this channel actually is to awaken the heart of people. The level at which people suffer now, it's something else. I don't even understand. Complain everywhere and struggling another, which is not meant to be so. And I keep wondering, like, what is going on? But if you can stay tuned to this channel, I believe there's going to be a lot of links and solutions that will provide that will help your life and your generation. And not just all about us, it's about the embassy of the New Jerusalem. About the truth market, and we bring you heaven on earth. This is it. So stay with us and please endeavor to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Here with me today is Mr. Abraham Nathaniel.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So Abraham,
yes,
you know what? The rate at which people suffer now is something else. Depression, divorce, stealing, poverty, and so many things, illiteracy, shit, like, it's something else. Now the question is, are people meant to suffer? Because all of them, they claim that they know God.
Well, you asked the right question, and this is a question that any reasonable person, any person that is reasonable must ask. Because you cannot pass through something, you are passing through something, and you think without asking a question, you will come out from that particular thing. Well, when you ask, are people meant to be suffering? The truth is that people are not meant to be suffering. If people out there are suffering, I'm not suffering. And I don't believe for 1 second that people are meant to be suffering. But if you check, basically, the problem is that we are fed wrongly. Yes, we are fed wrongly.
And let me come in at that point. I say we are fed wrongly. You are very right. Because now, if you go out now and ask people are they suffering, they will tell that they are not suffering. They are only good at complaining when they have problem. But this admission that we are suffering, let's know what to do. It's not there.
They won't.
If they admit, then they will start looking for
a way out. They will look for a way out. And some of them technically will say it that yes, they are suffering. And if they are suffering, the problem is that they will not say that they are suffering directly, that is their fault. They will try to push the blame on the government. They'll be like, oh, this government is very bad.
Or their grandma, or their friends.
Yes, that's what is happening. If they accept that they are suffering, they will not accept that it's from them. They will have to find a means to push the blame to one system or the other. So that's the case. That's the problem.
And that's where the problem actually starts from.
That's it.
You know what I think about this whole thing? For instance, let's talk about disappointment. For instance, how can somebody say that he's disappointed if not because they have been brainwashed and religion have already used their head? Like now, how can I say somebody disappointed me?
Yes.
If you are a carpenter and you know how to do your job very well, how can somebody disappointed you? Or you are a tailor, you are into fashion, and you can sew very well. Who can disappoint a good tailor in his field?
That is a case to study. When you talk about this case of disappointment, someone disappointing a person, in real terms, disappointment doesn't exist. You get to be disappointed in life only when you disappointed yourself.
Wow.
When you are supposed to do the right thing, you fail to do it.
So
Then at the end of the day, you find out that naturally you have already disappointed yourself, but when something trigger, or maybe somebody you are expectation come into, expecting something from somebody, and at the end of the day it fails, you'll be like, this person has disappointed. Whereas you don't know that, supposing you have not disappointed yourself,
yes,
the person wouldn't have you wouldn't have been expecting anything from that person. Talk of him disappointing you. So
which is inferiority complex.
That's where it comes.
Because
yes,
now for you to start crying that you are failed in life, like you rightly stated, that simply means you failed within yourself.
Yes.
Because if you've not failed, there is no way you will say somebody disappointed you.
How?
For instance, have you ever seen a president of a country crying that they disappointed him or her?
No.
Even in their little values, this thing, you still find out that they will not come back to say somebody that is below them, that the person have actually disappointed them because of the little value. Then talk of somebody who will have a square truth, or as we have it in the embassy of the New Jerusalem.
Yeah.
How can somebody like that one is like everyone say he disappointed me, he break my heart, he do this one. Break your heart for what? Why can't you remove your? Why did you give your heart to somebody?
It's a complex question. And let me rewind when you're talking about square truth. Well, now, as I earlier stated that we are being fed wrongly. Our generation they have already fed us wrongly. What they teach us in religious centers, in school, they are all not working, and nobody cares. All we know is that we keep on pushing to see what works. And
wait. You pray. You fast.
That is it.
And you speak in tongue. Then when you come to normal education again, you read, you cram, no practical. Then God is going to connect you to everything in this world. And now it has failed.
Do you know, before I located the embassy, my mindset was like, I will study hard, finish. Immediately I finished my secondary school, I dive into university and come out, and then boom, I will be employed. Before you know, I start making money.
As if your father is
ideology. That's the ideology. All my people around, the neighbors, everybody, if you enter society, even till date, this is what people are thinking. That first education, if you come out, you are made for life.
Which education? Now, in fact, which education is available right now?
Also,
a system like Africa now, a situation that there is no single practical. Somebody is into computer engineering like we do practical today, and the person does not know what is capacitor. He doesn't know what is transistor. Doesn't know what is resistor. The person cannot even write a single program or solve any single problem.
Mr. Onuma,
what is the education?
Mr. Onuma,
All is lies.
I will say something here. You say they don't know about capacitor. Well, I will doubt you there a little bit.
Okay, they don't understand.
Yeah, no. They know what is capacitor. If you
can blow grammar,
tell them, they will tell you about the education. They will talk to you regarding capacitor. They explain everything to you in details, theoretically, but they don't have the practical aspect of it. And that's where educational system in this country and in the whole world has failed. Why? Because they have only one system of education in this country that is running, which is what? Theoretical education, normal education. But they lack practical education and moral education. And this is what we are facing. But so far now, I'm telling you now, this is my mindset. But when I found out that there is something beyond going to school.
Just imagine if you didn't find that.
By now. I'm a waste. Seriously, I'm a waste.
Anyway, I think we should look at some people out there. You hear what this guy is saying? His mindset was to read very hard, put his tie, and then she's going to walk.
Yes.
See, it's a scam.
Without even knowing how the work come about.
Now, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Without practical education, nobody can be fulfilled in life. And that's why our country is going down to hell and the nation is going down to hell. Because experience is God. You can tell somebody what you know, but you can't make the person to experience what you've experienced by yourself.
Yeah.
Because you must go through field work for you to generate experience. Like Servant will always say, sorry to say this, he always say that no matter how you love somebody, you can't poo for the person.
Yes,
You can't
that's
pee for
true.
the person.
Yes.
So there is nothing so now, but the law, the government, and our parents are showing us today. Oh, they love us so much. They don't want us to suffer. So all you do, you read and wear your tie. Then you will not do any single practical. Your father, because your father have money now, you cannot lose computer. You cannot be a tailor again. You don't know anything again. All you know is to read because of paper, which they share. They've been partial. It's impartial.
Yes.
Impartiality everywhere. No practical education. But there's something we have to discuss. What is the role of government and religion in this? Because you talk of that they fed us wrongly.
Yes.
But now, even government don't know that they are actually feeding people
Yes.
wrongly. And the religious people, maybe they know or they don't know. I think we have to discuss that briefly,
Okay.
at least.
Let me just say something into this thing. You are asking me of the role between government and the religious leader.
Their role in this.
Yes,
I'm not telling you
okay,
what
their
they are
role in
supposed
this.
to
Okay,
do.
now.
I'm telling you what they have done to have put us in
Yes.
this condition.
So far, I won't blame them 100%. Personally, I won't blame them 100% because this is, if I look back into this thing deeply, I'll come up to something to realize that it's a generational error. A generational error in the sense that the political leaders pass through religious leaders, and even the religious leaders pass through other religious leaders. Then our parents also pass through religious leaders and the government one way or the other. Now see what is happening now. Basically, if you check the history of this country, when what brings religion into this country is through how it comes about is through the white people. They first introduce religion to us before they bring education to us. Yeah, educational system and religious system come together. Then through it they produce government. So the same people that bring religion are the same people that bring government. Now see what is happening.
Wait, let me say something. You say something now. Like now, that simply means the system is wrong.
The foundation of the system
is wrong.
And that is what we are suffering.
Whatever now. Everybody is now struggling,
yes,
trying to be free.
To a large extent now, even the religious leader, majority of them will not 100% know that they are on the wrong. Because and even the government leaders, because see what is happening now. As a religious leader or government, one leader in one of the government parastatals,
yes,
you pass through a religion one way or the other. There is no way you can deny that.
And they've given you some atoms of things that
from childhood, they have been teaching you a particular concept regarding a particular religion. Are you with me? They have been teaching you a particular concept regarding a particular religion. So you grow up with that. Now, parents are supposed to inculcate moral education into every child, as religious leaders will do to parents. Now, parents trust their children in the hands of religious leaders,
including themselves.
Then when things start going up and they find out that things are not going the way they are supposed to go, then they believe that if I push my son to the school, he's going to do well in school and come out. Now they have already trusted their own children now in the school system. You get it? They trusted their children in the school system that teach my child. Now what educational system should be doing is, okay, I took your child, I'm going to train him on academics, that is theoretical aspect of nature. I'm going to give him moral education, and I'm also going to give him a practical education. Now, academics and moral education, academics and practical education in other parts of the country or in other continents have been observed 100%, no doubt about that. But the moral education, because the religious leaders have gotten it wrong, even the teachers are under religious leaders.
Yes.
Therefore, they don't have that moral education to give to the children.
Yes.
Now, a child grow up from pass through religious leader, pass through parents, and pass through educational system. and become a leader tomorrow.
And you
Without-
expect
Without moral education, then you expect that he will do well.
practical education. Okay, let me come in.
Yes.
Let's come in. For instance, now I love what you say for the fact that the system is corrupt.
Yes, the foundation of the
The
system is
foundation is
corrupt.
corrupt. Now, let's talk to parents now, because so many people are there claiming rights. You get it, thinking that they are right. Look, we want you to know right now that religion have captured you. All the faithfulness you are putting in error. We are not saying people are wrong, but the system religion is good, is wrong. Educational system which our people are investing in right now is wrong.
It's wrong.
Why? Because God is nature, and what can solve problem is in the nature. Now, theory doesn't have a spirit. You can't generate experience through them say. But now, oh God, where do we even start from in this problem? Look, I will not blame them, but I will advise you, a parent, anywhere you are out there, go and go to www.thelosoftruth.com and get your copy of The Laws of Truth, or on Amazon and order for your copy of Laws of Truth, or visit Truth Market, because God can't give you children like this and you don't even have any single common sense in your head to train them. Now, how can I suffer as I am now? And how can my children suffer? Now, the only people that are managing to become something are the child of the rich people, because they have money to cover up, and the religious leader.
But in reality, are they really enjoying?
How can they enjoy? They don't have peace of mind, but in their concept, there is money to count now.
Do you know that after some knowledge I got in this square truth format, when people are talking about money as success, I'll be like, if actually you take money as a success, then you haven't started life. Of a truth.
Like
What
for
is it that?
instance
How
now,
much will you get? How
To
much
be
will
okay.
a man get
to
that
be
will
okay.
be okay for him, or that will pronounce him to be successful?
Then, like for instance, now let's discuss about ourselves. What did I need? Tell me now. What did I need? What did I need money for? For instance, this clothes is not money that produced this clothes.
Yes.
If I have brothers and sisters who are manufacturers of clothes today, all we may not just need is maintenance fee, and all of us will wear this clothes. One
Yes.
machine can produce 50 clothes.
Yes.
So supposing there's material.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's say we have other people who are into textile industries and all that. We feel that everything will be free. But now people have left themselves and they are allowing money to solve problem for them. Problem that God have already put inbuilt power in them to solve. Now, money has come to its limits now.
Yes.
All they do in government is to print money. All they do in this to print money. Then before we come, we know we have a lot to say, and this program continue. But I think this session we are going to stop as soon as possible. But now the two people we are going to talk to two set of people right now. Let's talk to finally. Let's briefly talk to the parents. What did we think they can do? Of course, I know that the only thing any parent can do now to be safe is to look for the message of the New Jerusalem. And we are not apologetic. We are not saying this thing to say, I am sorry. I am less than 30 years now. Right? And I started with nothing. Nobody ever helped me. What helped me is the square truth I got from the embassy of the New Jerusalem. Now I got the first office, get second office, and we're up to and have like up to 12 to 13 staffs now. Just within a period of how many years? No rich man helped me. It is only truth. So why would I apologize to anybody if I tell them that they should locate the embassy of the New Jerusalem? And I'm talking to young people out there who think that there is no hope. A young girl say, I want to prostitute because there's nobody to help you. A young boy say, you want to make money or you want to do bad thing because nobody is to help you. Me, nobody help me. My people don't even have money. We are from a very, very poor family. But today, I have a company, Sunlight Test and Services Limited. And we are into tech and we are doing greatly well, including you, even you here. You know what I'm talking about. So now I'm telling every parent that they need to connect to the message of the New Jerusalem. If not, no matter what they do, their children, they must disappoint them. Nothing, because the way this world is going, without square through, nobody cannot stop your child from doing a wrong thing. Because devil is well equipped to destroy everybody. So let them not even play. I'm telling you. Talk your own now with it. Talk your own. Tell them. Then we'll continue again.
This I should talk my own. All right. Well,
Then
You
we'll
know,
go out.
if
We'll
I-
still tell government their own part.
if I'm to talk this thing now, if I'm to say what is in my mind now, I will basically advise the parents. I will not advise you to remove your child from school totally. Now, the school system, okay, it's okay in one aspect. You can see that I have listed up to 3 type of education that should complete what we call education.
practical education,
Practical education, academics, that is moral, theoretical education, and then moral education. Now,
we have practical, theoretical, and moral education.
Yes.
Theory is knowing the structure or trying to know about the understanding of knowledge of something.
Yes.
Then the practical is having the understanding to put what you've learned into practice.
Yeah.
Then the morality there is knowing how to use that thing according to the will of God. If they are not complete, you will still not be complete.
Yes.
And none of them have it.
So that is it. Now, you may think as a parent you are trying to bring your child in the ways of the Lord. You are trying your best to see that your child is morally perfect. But the thing is that you may be watching the child over, but what will happen in 2-3 years after the child have left your presence?
Will the child be
Will
able
you
to
keep on
stand what is
monitoring the
out there
child?
now?
Now, it's inward. You are giving only household morality, not universal morality. We need a universal morality. That's what will sustain every young child out there. Now, okay, keep on sending your children to school, but at least for now, what will save every child and every parent is this. You get the book of excellence, the laws of truth, stand,
and the message
of the New Jerusalem, to stand as what? As your moral guide. You can go to Earth Heaven TV or Truth Market and connect them with that. As what? As a moral guide. So that one will inculcate that moral, universal moral into them. Now, what academics will only help every child, any student in this life.
Distributive power.
Is distributive power. It doesn't have creative power. What have creative power is practical education and moral education.
That's all.
That's all.
Because, for instance, let's use the white people, for instance.
Yes.
They have theoretical education and they have practical education.
Yeah.
And you can see the effect. But the thing now is that somebody will know something now. He will choose to go and build a bomb that will kill people.
Because they lack the moral education.
But if you had morality, you will even do your best that such negative thing shouldn't be from anybody.
Yes.
You look for protective measures, not trying to do something that you know that is going to destroy people.
Now, today, people are now using what is meant to hunt animals, to hunt themselves,
and to farms.
Yes. So you see, that's where the problem is coming from.
So please,
now you're talking about the white people. That reminds me, when you check the history of America, how America is well formed during the Negro season, that is during the time of Booker Washington. If you check their school educational system, they build it based on theory and practical education. Go and read it. This book, Up From Slavery.
Wait, there's another thing. Look, this education we are talking, I need to ask, did people really think that urbanistic, what they come up with was from classroom education?
It's not. Classroom education cannot
what of Pascal? Did you think what Elon Musk is doing today is because of what they taught him in school? It is field work. I don't know who has bewitched
experience.
Who has bewitched
experience.
What
they do now is that all these great men in science field and any other field like this, what happened is that based on their garbages, their lifetime experiences, someone will come out, compile it, and bring it up to teach to the society. Now they are selling someone's life experience to you.
You are very correct. Now, look at what they are doing. You are sending your child to school. What is going there? You don't know what your child is going to do in schools right now. What's happening with what we are seeing? It's just to go and learn people's experience. And there is no avenue, there's no ABCD on how to put that child in a line where he can experience that particular thing. Then at the end of the day, you read and read and read and read, and there will be no creative power. Anyway, I think we've talked much on parents, I hope if you want to hear, otherwise, just don't worry. The next 5 years, that your child who is very holy and she's covering her head, covering her head, they will all disappoint you.
They only train every
cry.
child in school, in classroom education, to come out and start working for somebody that has this moral education and practical education.
Anyway, let me not even give them that grace. They don't even have moral education. Now we the teach them now. Because at once when you deep,
yes,
person go do still half one way is cornering something. So let's say they have practical education and theoretical education. Those people are the people that are leading the world right now. Morality is still missing, which we are telling you that with the message of the New Jerusalem, this perfect truth, which we've discovered, can go a long way. Then we've talked to the parents now, because these are the cardinal people. And two, please don't be too religious to open your child to new ideas, such as the one we are explaining to you now. You know what you are going through in the house, so I don't need to tell you. I am a tech person. I am telling you, Oga, Madam, you cannot save your daughter. You cannot save your son. For instance now, tell me now that I have money, tell me now what you have saved me from following women. If not because of square truth, how much are they paying for a hotel that cannot pay? Now, I would have been convincing myself now that sex before marriage is not a sin. So I can have one babe now, one girl. Now, when me and her go, they sleep with ourselves. But truth, I've already told you, if I sleep with the girl, I'm destroying her and I'm destroying myself, because she's meant to be another person's wife. So if she cannot be my wife, there is nothing that should make me to sleep with her. And what showed me that it's going to be my wife is when we officially ready to marry and we get married. But let me tell you, this thing does not come from advice. If it is advice that somebody give me, I would have failed by now, because advice is different from word of God. It's different from square truth. Square truth, I've already opened my eye to know the implication. I know people have feelings for. I know people that therefore have already used a lot of tricks to use and pin me down. But the square truth is telling me, as I'm seeing it, I'm seeing the implication. As I'm seeing this, I'm seeing the implication. It's different from don't do it. If not don't do it by now. I forgot the talk say nobody is perfect, and this word mercy speak for us.
Wouldn't have been here, you know?
For dog. And anyway, I wouldn't have here. By now, maybe I will just be distracted while I be struggling out there. So this is why I'm telling parents: get square truth for your child. Internet is there to help you and destroy them, and their friends are there. So keep deceiving yourself if you don't join.
Keeping your child at home. Don't make friends. Don't do this. And you hand over internet to the person. You think that you are doing yourself. You don't know how many society that person has belonged to, or the world, the large community that person is into. So
seriously,
the only thing that can save your child and save you yourself is square truth, which is that's what we are. You can just comment on that. What's that you are passing through?
Tell us there is a solution.
We'll let you know.
If solution no, they should look at our. If there's no solution, there's no way we'll come here now and start lying and tell you. Then we are going to come for government fully to tell them what they need to do. But we'll still shook mouth, because we don't know who is listening to us right now. You get it? It may be that one government official, somebody who is in a position to make some adjustments, actually listening to us now. So, like, the government is trying. Somebody like me can never complain that the government is bad, because you are moving out, especially in FCT and Abuja FCT now, Nigeria. You are moving out freely and nobody is fighting you, nobody is shooting you. Government does not restrict freedom of speech, freedom of movement, and so many things you are enjoying. In some other countries,
kudos to government.
You have to clap for them. And in fact, they are the only people that are even working a little bit. For me, the government are more resourceful than religious leaders, because the road network, the freedom we are enjoying, is coming from the government. Supposing the religious people have morality attached, then government would have been perfected so far, because the first point of contact every child go through is through religion organization. When they feed the person with lies, then with a little lie to add in school now, find that the child can no longer change, start exhibiting what he has learned so far. Please, to the government, they need to restructure our educational sector, especially in Africa, especially in Nigeria as a case study. What do I mean by restructuring? Restructuring demands that Feces, somebody who discovered feces because he was trying to solve some certain problem. Now, if a child identified that he want to be into chemicals and all that, what this person should do? Is it not chemistry? Major in chemistry and probably add biology
Yes.
and all that. Now, every school should have a functional laboratory. I mean a functional because they claim that they have.
They claim.
Then
Yes.
the government should be able to train like set of perfect people. The government have not been able to have any perfect teacher. A teacher does not have, they are not complete themselves. Then they have not be able, that's why they have not been able to create a perfect student who can take it up from there.
Yes.
Then what do? They may need counseling. That's why we have Ministry of Morality in the Embassy of the New
Do you
Jerusalem.
know?
Sorry. The functionality of the Ministry of the Morality is to consult for the government.
Yeah. If this thing that is coming into government system is it morally perfect to be allowed into the society?
And is that morality is from the Ministry of the Morality that will give the guideline to push them into practical.
Yes.
Because you don't have morality. When you start something, you will not end it. Because it's not easy. Because it demands your time, your conscience, your focus, your concentration, and everything. So the government need to start. And where did they have to start? Into practical education. One, I will not tell them to go and start it by themselves, so to speak. If they want a change, let them consult the New Jerusalem.
Yes.
Because if I say that you start, where are they going to start it from? Did they have it?
They won't.
So let them come and consult the New Jerusalem. What the New Jerusalem will do for them, we will go into educational sector, build practical system. If it's in computer, we will build a laboratory, at least start from assembling of computer and electronics. Then we will have a practical sector where people that are into all these technicians, we are going to gather them and have a plaza for them where they'll be doing that practical. Then people that are doing theory, after teaching theory, the person will walk down straight to how this thing work. Then if our child start combining, let's say from class 6, start combining capacitor and its theory, transistor and its application, you find out before the person reaches SS3, you start building things by themselves.
Yes, it's true.
But they can't do it alone. They need the help of the New Jerusalem. If it is a computer, they need to consult Sunlight Text and Services Limited. We need to consult because we are capable. We know what we are doing. And you can't teach somebody what you don't know. This is not a joke. New Jerusalem is not a joke. We are meant to help our nation. So we demand that government actually should consult us. Let me just stop it there. We keep on telling them, we'll still come with other facts that the one they can pick, let them pick. But it will be fair because this is our country, this is our nation. The good is for the good of all. We are not even talking about charge. Let them come. We will willingly decide to do it, if necessary, for free, because we want freedom for our nation. Seriously.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I think you have spoken well. Yeah, you have spoken well. So I don't have anything to basically say. Like, you have said everything entirely. I think the government should look into what you have said.
Yeah.
Because if I'm to say something from my own perspective, I will still channel it to the New Jerusalem, the Embassy of the New Jerusalem. That is the only place I see a complete education in perfection.
Like practical education,
is there,
theoretical education,
there,
and moral education. And while we are telling you to come, beat parent, beat anybody, bring your child from any angle to consult for them so that they can be perfect, is that there's no morality. And without morality, it's hard to go into practical education.
Yes.
Because you can be in something for 5-10 years. That thing I'm not giving you a handout of success. But with morality, that invisible understanding will tell you that you are progressing. You will know the do and the don't. At the end of the day, you achieve what you need to do.
Yeah.
Please, thank you everyone out there for watching. And we hope that you understand. Or you have understanding of what we actually seeing. If you are suffering out there, please get connected to us. Get connected to the New Jerusalem. It's not a joke. You are not meant to suffer. And we are guarantors of every word we speak. Yeah. If you are ready to follow, we bet you will not suffer. You will enjoy your life no matter what you are suffering today. Get connected to the Embassy of the New Jerusalem. Leave your comment below. Let us see whether that thing you are suffering is true. or it's meant to be. None of them is
It's
meant
an
to be.
illusion. They
It's an
just
illusion,
they
not a
program
reality.
your
They are
brain
just
that
program
what you
your
are
brain.
suffering is really suffering.
You see, it's not a suffering. If you
And
put your
even
ground
if it's suffering, two things are there. It's either it's self-allowed
or
or
self-cause,
self-caused.
so you
Then
are
if you
still
know
not
what
free.
you caused, you can still do the undo. You
So
can do-
if
yes,
you, for instance, if it's caused by you, what happened?
you-
You will rearrange your way. There was no truth. That's why we are saying get connected to the message of the New Jerusalem and our material. Visit Truth Market so that you can start from there. Like now, if you have that ministry of morality with you, you will correct yourself. Then, two, if it's not caused by you, but you are alive because of your ignorance, the
Yes.
knowledge and awareness of truth
Truth.
will disable all of those, and you will find yourself. Please, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please do comments, and we are here for you. And more of this is going to keep coming again. Thank you very much.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome once again, Nathaniel.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.